Alright guys, welcome back. We're still working on this. What we're going to do today is I got a bunch of pots in. We're going to go over what I got in on the bench. And we are going to do some assembly here today. I'm going to tough it out as best I can. And we are going to probably assemble the stator as well. I'm going to do as much as I can without getting into it too much. I'm going to try to tough it out. It is minus 10 degrees here in New England right now, and there is a wind of 20 miles an hour. So it feels like 30 below outside. It is freezing inside the garage today. I have this heater going, and I have that heater going, and I'm still freezing. So I need to get a video out this week, and I'm going to do the best I can to squeeze something out. And I'm going to try to at least get the piston and cylinder on the machine today and get that far. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed, but that LTZ's gone. Didn't last long. It was like on Marketplace for like 3 days and it sold, which is surprising considering it's winter here and it isn't a four-wheel drive ATV. Anyway, all right, let's get going. All right, guys, let's start going over what we got in the mail. And the first thing we got in the mail here is we got a new oil filter, which is an HF 142. These high flow filtros or whatever. They're pretty good filters. I use them. They're inexpensive. And I got a new NGK plug, and it's a DR8 EA. That's the plug for that machine. Set those aside. Let's see what's next. Oh, carburetor. This is a carburetor I have left over from the Grizzly 350 I have that I plow my driveway with, and I bought a brand new carb for that, and I kept the old one. And I have a rebuild kit. This is just something I had in storage in my pots. This is from a Warrior 350, basically the same engine. There's no difference. They both use the same engine. And I got a lot of pots down on the bottom here. And this is the carb itself. And this carb should be fine for this machine. I'm going to rebuild it, and I think we'll be okay. I don't think this is a factory carb. It is not. This is a Chinese knockoff, unfortunately. But at least we got a carb. So we have that we got to work on. We may do that in this video as well. We'll see how far we get. All right, set that aside. Next up, we got this. We got the new screws here. I think this is the one-way clutch. Oop, Baron flew out of there. Yeah, this is the one-way clutch assembly with the gear. Comes in one big set here. Oh boy, man, this isn't really that well made. But it is working. It does work. I wouldn't say that this is the best quality I've ever seen. Here's the other one. The machine's a little better. Alright, well, we are going to use it. So we have that. It came with new screws. And it came with the bearing. And look at this, the needles are just falling right out of this bearing. And there's a smash on it. It looked like it took a hit during shipping. And a bearing fell right out of it. See it? The little needle bearing. Well, we're not going to be able to use this. So I'll have to use the one that came on it. Not a big deal. There wasn't anything wrong with it anyway. Alright, so we have that. Let's throw that out. Alright, next. Timing chain. I did buy a Pro X timing chain. And this timing chain was made in Japan. And it's for the Raptor 05 to 13. And here's the chain. And honestly, it doesn't look any different than this one. This is the other chain. Let's see if this, how stretched out this chain is. This chain was super loose, if you guys remember. We'll see if it's stretched out. See if I can get exactly the same. Alright, there we go. So, as you can see, that this chain does look a little bit longer. It is a tad bit longer, you can see down here. And that would be enough to make it loose. So this chain here, a little bit on the stretched outside, is probably the original chain. Most people, when they rebuild these things, they always skimp out on the chain. That's not going to go in for a little while, so let's just set that aside. We'll get to that later. Next is the piston. And this is a piston for a Raptor 05 to 13, a Grizzly 07 to 13, and it says made in Taiwan, but it is a Pro X. I thought all the Pro X stuff was made in Japan, but maybe not. I hope this isn't a copy, cheap copy, but I don't think it is. These are the rings. There's the wrist pin. Let's see the clips. Oh, there's the clips. There's the clips. And let's take a look at the piston. There's the piston. Standard bore. A little weird how that's offset. I wonder if the other one was like that. Yeah, I guess that one's like that too. Well, these pistons don't even look the same. Look at this. Side skirts are longer on this one than this one. Huh. It's a little strange. Maybe that's why it could all going up, because the piston's too long. This might not be the piston for this machine. Huh. Interesting. All right. I know it's the right one because it says so on the box. So, anyway, this is the one we're using. And we'll set this aside. Put it back in the box. So we're ready. All right, we're gonna probably do ring end gap and all that. All right, let's take a look at the cylinder. It's a niche cylinder, made in China. It doesn't say what it's for, but I know it's for this motor. There we are, nice brand new cylinder. Oh, it's got nice cross hatching in it. This is, wow, it's a lot nicer than I thought it would be. If you guys can see that right there. 348 cms. All right, let's compare this to the one we took out, shall we? All right, so it's okay so far. Get this guy here. Let me pull it. I don't have any tools over here. So far, it looks right. Don't see any differences. Tapped in here, tapped in there. Let's check out the side. Sides look okay. That looks good. This looks the same here. Don't see any issues. Everything looks good. The bottoms look to be the same. Got another pin down here I gotta get out. Hopefully I can get it out. But it looks pretty good. All right, not bad for 60 bucks. We'll take it. All right, let's get set up and we'll check the ring end gap. All right, guys, I pulled this pin out of here. We're gonna hang on to that right there for now. And I can't get this pin out. This one does not want to come out. So what I'm gonna do is Gonna heat it with the torch. It's got to come out because I need it. There we go. Got it out. Put it over there with the other one. Till later. I looked it up online, and it says here that the top ring end gap, when installed, should be 7 to 15 thousandths. The second ring should be 8, roughly 8 to 15 thousandths. So they're exactly the same. So let's check that now. We'll check this top one first. See how that is. Let's get it straight. I still gotta pull this up a little bit. I still got the oil rings on this, so all right, that's good enough. You guys can see that gap? Maybe you can't. That gap is extremely tight. See it? Let's check it. 7 thousandths needs to go in, and I'm gonna honestly don't think 7 thousandths is gonna go in there. Oh, get the side light on. Oh, 7 thousandths does go in there. All right, let's try the 15. 15. Here's the 15. The 15 does not go in. 7 goes in, 15 does not. This is a good ring. If you guys remember, the gap on the other rings, that's 90 thousandths maybe? Maybe 90 thousandths, we'll say. All right, let's try this ring now. That looks like a good ring too, if you guys can see it. Let's check that one. The 15 does not go in. And let's grab the 7. Check it with the 7. This is the 7. The 7 goes in really loose. So we're good. This ring is good as well. Now I want to check the oil rings. And the oil ring should be 12 to 35 thousandths. I want to check both oil rings just to be sure. I can see that it's not 25 thousandths just by the my naked eye. I don't need to measure it. But I just want to make sure it's not smaller than 12, and the 12 goes right in easily on that one too. So our ring gap is good. All right, let's install the rings. First of all, side. I think what I want to do is, first thing I want to do is I want to set one of these in the groove. I like to do that before I do anything. It's not staying. Oh boy. Well, you heard that thing fly across the shop, didn't you? Good luck finding it. Alright, I'm going to come off camera because I'm getting aggravated. Alright, as you can see, it's in. What a pain that was. Got a piece of rubber glove in there too. Alright. Anyways, it's in. So I walked all over the shop looking for that clip that just flew through the air. And looky here. There it is. What are the odds on that? All right, let's install the rings. Start with the oil rings. First one installed is the wiper. And I'll show you guys if you can see it. There is a little step on the back side here that keeps the rings on the outer, keeps the wiper rings on the outer side. Anyways, you have to put this in first. This is the first ring that goes in, always. They do not have any markings on them. And it doesn't matter which one goes on the top or which one goes on the bottom. I guess it's just whatever one gets in there easiest. So I'm gonna try to put it in the bottom first. I'll tell you what, standing on this concrete floor right now, this floor has got to be, it's got to be like 20 degrees because this is making my feet frozen. So, I'm gonna tough it out for you guys though. Probably should get heat out here, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. All right, oil rings are in. Now, these rings here are pretty easy to distinguish. One's a lot fatter than the other, and it's easy to determine which one goes where. Your fat ring goes there, and your thinner ring goes there. First thing I'm going to do is, obviously, put the one that's lowest first, and the letter R right there has to be facing up. So let's put that in now. The letter RN facing up, and I think I want to have it right here. All right, the rings are in. All right, before we leave the bench, we need to install the O-ring that goes on here. And I'm gonna push it down with my pick, trying not to tear it. O-ring is on. And I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open up the rest of these gaskets. We can tear the rest of this open. We got some gaskets here. I don't know. This is the oil pump gasket. I'm not going to put that in. I'm not going to pull the oil pump apart. We'll save that for a future project if we need it. And this is the head gasket. I'm just going to set that aside for now because I don't need that just yet. What I do need is the base gasket, which is right here. The arrow's got to go towards the exhaust, which you guys can see there. And I think what I want to do first of all is I want to oil this thing up. Put a little bit of oil in there. Just move it around with my finger. But I don't want to do what I did the last time, so I'm going to put a rag over this in case that snap ring flies out. It does not go inside the engine. Alright. It's in. It's the alignment pin that I just took out of the other cylinder, and that goes right here. I put a new O-ring on there. The old O-ring was smashed and they had silicone all over it and RTV. So, and there's the pin. There's that one. Brand new engine gasket. Base gasket, I should say. If you remember, I don't think this thing even had a base gasket on it. Alright, here's the cylinder. I'm going to lube it with some oil. Just smear it all around my hands and make sure there's a good amount of oil inside there because this is brand new. Give it a nice coating. Oil in the rings. There we go. There's one, two. Get on the other side. Make sure that we're lined up on the other side. Next up, we got this guy right here. We're going to replace that with a new one. Let me clean it up a little bit. Now this goes in here. And I think I got one more pin. I can't seem to find that alignment pin. That alignment collar that goes in here. I looked in all my pots where I kept all the pots and everything. I can't seem to find it. Let's go back and look at the video when we disassembled it and see if there was actually a pin even in there. Maybe I lost it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. All right, let's get that head out of there. Well, we now know that it did not have an alignment pin in there. Imagine that. And now we know why that hole is elongated, that hole is elongated, and that hole is elongated, because the head actually was moved on the cylinder face because it was missing that alignment pin to keep it from moving. So that's probably why it lost compression and had all those issues. Unbelievable. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you've ever seen anything like this before. Who in their right mind would put a motor back together and leave out an alignment pin? Unbelievable. See if we can get these screws out. Let's get the bigger one. All right, for this one now, I have to run a reducer. Get this on there. All right, let's see if this blasts them off. Let's see. Yeah, that's one. Some of these are really chewed up. I don't know if they're gonna come off. Yeah. It's all jacked up, so I don't care. We'll hit it with a screwdriver. There we go. She's off now. And you can see it. It's not even round anymore. See it? It's all out of shape. It's all jacked up. Now here's a new one. And this is the old one right here. Missing pieces. Alright. Let's put this thing in here like this. And we'll turn it over. These don't want to seem to go in. What is going on here? Alright, that one goes in. That one goes in. These don't even go in. Oh, this cheap Chinese shit. This friggin' threads are all jacked up. Alright, let me chase these with a tap. It never ends, you know? Just never ends. Look at this, guys. Look at the curls coming out of that. This hole wasn't even tapped all the way through. Unbelievable. Alright. What a nightmare. Let's try this again. Shall we? Let's try this again. Come on, just get in the hole. There's one. There it is. Working good now. Good to go. All right. I think what I want to do is, on the factory one, they prick punched it. So I'm going to do that on this as well. Yeah, let's just prick punch it. Make sure that this don't come out. There we go. All right, finished. And this is where we're at right now. The new cylinder's on, the new piston's in, the rings are in, everything's set. I need to order that alignment pin, and then we can continue to assemble. I wanna get the 2 new timing chain guides also. I forgot to order those. I'm gonna order those now. We still have to fix this, and then I guess we can start assembling. We'll probably get this thing running maybe in the next video, hopefully. But for now, we're gonna call it on this. And I wanna thank you guys for watching, subscribing. My feet are freezing. It's minus 15 right now. The wind is blowing at about 30 miles an hour. The garage doors have been rattling. I'm freezing in here. I got 2 heaters going, it's not enough. I'm done. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. I can't wait for summer. I hate winter. And yeah, I guess that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.